Hey guys, what's up? My name's Cret, and today I want to talk about the difference between Spear of the Magus and Obsidian Shard, and when you should buy each of them. So, I can't really talk about the numbers in Jungle Practice because it's a little bit weird, right? So Ra has 30 base magic protections, he doesn't get items, so it's not going to scale up at all. And what that means is that the Spear of the Magus is more valuable because it is flat, or it's percent reduction, flat reduction, then flat penetration. It will reduce Raw to 0, and getting someone closer to true damage is incredibly valuable. So the takeaway from this is that if you're looking at a target with very low protections, Spear of the Magus is better in almost all cases. Alright, so let's take a look at this Raw bot. And the way Spear of the Magus works is I'm going to come in and I'm going to do my first hit. That applies the debuff for my second hit, and then my third hit comes through and gets the kill. So, once again to say, first hit applies a debuff, second hit takes the first debuff and applies a second. So it's the effect of one stack of the Spear of the Magus on the second hit, it applies the second stack. The third hit has the effect of both stacks. So you're not getting the full effect of Spear of the Magus until you hit 3 times. With Hell, this can be problematic. Your biggest burst is on Repulse, right? 280 plus 175, whereas this is 270 plus 125. So it's hitting a lot weaker. And then the final hit, which is going to be doing the most damage, is in your Restoration stance, where you don't gain the magic power from your aura. So on Hell, really an Obsidian Shard character, right? Because you want the most damage on your first hit, which is your Repulse. So let's take a look at how that works. Alright, so what happens with an Obsidian Shard is that you just have the same penetration on every hit. So it's hit, 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 and all those hits are penetrating for the same amount. Now, once again, because Ra has such low protection, Spear of the Magus is better in this circumstance. But in the vast majority of situations, you want an Obsidian Shard on Hell because the majority of her burst is hitting before the Spear of the Magus is fully stacked. Now let's take a look at a different character that operates a little bit better with the Spear of the Magus. A character where you'd always want Spear. Because when you can stack it, when the majority of your combo is hitting after the Spear is applied, it's definitely way to go. Let's go with Infernal Agni. Alright, so Agni. Agni is one of the best characters for Spear of the Magus. So let's take a look. I want cooldown boots just so I don't have to do the penetration there. Actually, we'll start with Obsidian Shard. Okay, cool. So, I need a second. I don't need a second bomb. So, what I'm going to do is Meteor, Stun, Flame Wave, right? That's what we're doing. And that's not even a full combo. That's just like 2 abilities and a stun, right? You do that all the time. Ra's totally going to die here. See ya, Ra. Okay. So Obsidian Shard applied to both the Meteor and the Flame Wave at the same level. Now, what if I use the Spear of the Magus? So what happens is I do Meteor Stun, right? Meteor Stun. Stun hits first, and then Flame Wave. So just to clarify on how that works, and we can open the combat log to see. Alright. Here, I hit Ra for 52 damage. That's the Noxious Fumes. This isn't going to do that much damage, but it will apply the first stack of Spear of the Magus. Meteor hits. That's going to apply the second stack of Spear of the Magus, take the first stack, and do increased damage. And then my Flame Wave hits, and that has both stacks of Spear of the Magus applied, meaning that they're doing damage at the highest level of Spear of the Magus. This is pretty much true in all situations for Agni. So if I do this, right, all of those projectiles, except for the first Meteor, are applying with 2 Spear of the Magus stacks up, and the first Meteor is applying with 1 stack up. So it's super good up with Spear of the Magus on Agni. Poseidon very much the same way. Zhonghui, any character that is doing the majority of their damage after the first 2 hits, and those hits can be of any size. Now, let's talk about a super high amount of protection. So, Spear of the Magus has 15 penetration, reduces by a flat 20, and then has 20% reduction first. Obsidian Shard has 33% magical penetration. So just in terms of protections, right, we have, 15 plus 20. And this number, 35, has to be 13% of someone's health in order to, for Spear of the Magus to be a worse penetration item than Obsidian Shard, even on Agni. So that's going to be at about 270, 280 protections, right? So if you're hitting a target with super high magical protections, Obsidian Shard is always better. And we're talking like 270 plus. Obsidian Shard is always better under those circumstances. Applying the debuff is not helpful. It does not give you more penetration. But before 270, Spear of the Magus is better in all circumstances for a character such as Agni, a character that's good with it. A character such as Hell is generally considered to be good with Obsidian Shard, but when you're hitting a target with very low protections, 30, 35, 40, and remember that Sovereignty Aura will increase that as well, up to about 50 where Obsidian Shard starts to be good. If you're hitting a target with very, very low protections, Spear of the Magus is better because true damage is so good. So that's the short version, right? Obsidian Shard for characters that do the majority of their damage front-loaded. Spear of the Magus for characters that will do the majority of their damage after the stacks are fully applied. Spear of the Magus is better against low protection characters. Obsidian Shard is better against high protection characters. But by and large, you should be using whichever item is better for the character that you're playing. And let's just go to the god list real quick and do a little rundown of all the mages. So mages: Agni, Spear; Anubis, Spear; Aokwang, Demonic Grip; Aphrodite, probably Spear, right? Birds and then back off. Chunga can go either way. It depends on if there's other mages to support you, just because she sort of does pressure damage, but I'd say often Spear is good. Kronos is Demonic Grip, Demonic Grip. Habois, probably an Obsidian Shard, right? Habois can keep casting forever, but it's not often that you're hitting off like a 4th or 5th hit. So I'd say Obsidian Shard's better there. Hell's Obsidian Shard. Isis, arguable. I would say Obsidian Shard. But Spear of the Magus isn't really that bad. Yanis is Obsidian Shard, because of the way Unstable Vortex works. Kukulkan, arguable. I'd say Obsidian Shard just for the ultimate, because generally your ultimate isn't applying to targets that have been in your tornado. Nox, often Spear of the Magus, occasionally Obsidian Shard, but often Spear. Nuwa, Obsidian Shard if you're looking at your ultimate. But yeah, probably just Obsidian Shard, right? Your fog isn't that great for applying it. Poseidon, Spear. Ra can go either way if you're using your heal to deal damage to people, but if you're not, Obsidian Shard. Scylla, Obsidian Shard. Vulcan, probably Obsidian Shard, but you could maybe make an argument for Spear. Zeus, Demonic Grip / Spear, maybe Obsidian Shard if you're really just thinking about it. No, it's pretty much just Spear. And Zhonghui, definitely Spear. So that's sort of how it breaks down. There are some characters where there's some argument, but by and large, it's little hits before the burst, Spear, and then a bunch of big hits is Obsidian Shard. So thanks for watching. Drop a like, follow, and subscribe if you like my video. You can check me out on Twitter, twitter.com/Kratita with the TUH. And I'm currently doing an AMA, so check that out on Reddit. Peace.